Well, welcome back to the Gobby Gaffer, and it is part 9 of my time managing Southport FC, and things are still a little bit up and down. We're not getting any consistent shiny green dots, but then again, looking at remember Brackley, who were top of the league at one point, they've fallen off a cliff. Their form has just gone really badly wrong. But anyway, let's have a look what's been going on. So in the last episode, we had those couple of really great wins against Buxton and Brackley. Brackley never really recovered after we beat them 2-1. But that was a great win because it meant that I think we jumped onto the top of the league, I think, at that point. Then we played the FA Trophy, Radcliffe, who are 5th in our division. And we actually snuck that on penalties. It was 2-2 at the end of full time, but got through to the next round. And then we played Hensford at home, a 1-0 win. And then Worksop, who went into the game, had a quick look, and they were 18th in the division. So I thought, easy win here. No, they beat us 2-1, but then they went on to beat Kidderminster as well, who at the moment are, vying for that promotion spot themselves. So Worksop doing some great work from virtually the bottom of the league. Really strange results going on. Chorley at home, 3-1 win. Oxford away, a 2-0 win. And then we play the next round of the FA Trophy. We've already played York this season in a cup competition and got absolutely battered. We got battered in the FA Cup 4-0. We got battered in the FA Trophy at 5-0. Unfortunately, we didn't really stand a chance because ideally we could have done with them at home and we might have had a little bit of a fighting chance. But both games away from home at York, who are flying high in the National League, and like I say, a 5-0 drubbing. So today we've got a home game against Radcliffe again, who we've recently drew 2-2 with in the FA Trophy. I only won that game on penalties, but it is at home this time. And then Darlington, that's always a difficult game, an away game at Darlington. So 2 games today, Radcliffe and Darlington. So once again, no team is running away with this league. Out of our last 5 games, won 4 and lost 1. Spennymoor are coming fairly close to that. In fact, that's better, isn't it? 4 wins and 1 draw. But everybody else is very, very up and down. I mean, Kings Lynn can't get a run of shiny green dots to save their life. So they win, they lose, they win, they draw, they win. It's very, very up and down. Kidderminster do have that game in hand. If they win that, then they will go 3 points behind us. But at this moment in time, we are top of the shop. So just those 6 games played and, another 6-point episode is kind of what the Doctor ordered. But we need to keep winning games. All we can rely on if we're going to be a bit indifferent is that lots of other teams are going to be indifferent as well. And nobody puts a spurt on and starts consistently winning. Because whoever does that in this league, anybody who is consistent, I feel, will win the league. And once again, I will reiterate, only 1 automatic promotion spot. It's a very, very difficult league to get out of this. Okay, let's dive into these 2 games. Well, a change of fixture. We're actually playing Darlington now, and not ideal really, because that's meant that instead of having a 7-day rest, we've had something like an 11 or 12-day rest. And as you can see there, 1 or 2 of my players now are a little bit out of condition. And following on from that absolute battering by York, we may well do we may do well to win this game. But anyway, so the one thing I have done is I've done away with all of the fancy stuff. I don't think you can do fancy stuff like inside forwards at this level. We're just playing 2 wingers, and they've got the instruction to just whip that ball into the near post for McGrath and Ponticelli. So it's just simple stuff. I mean, other than that, it's like long ball. I mean, it's favourite at this, but I don't really want to do long ball. Okay, Durnley in goal, back 4 of Brockbank, Hollis, Thornton and Pike. The 2 holding, Pannett and Gallagher. 2 wide players, Mooney and Nejman. And we have McGrath and Ponticelli up front. Okay, it's Darlington with the ball. 1 minute 40 seconds on the clock. so not too far into the game. Darlington did have the kick-off. Ball slid in there, ball's in the back of the net, and Jack Maskell scores 1 minute 56 seconds on the clock. So not ideal, if I'm honest. Well, it's all Darlington. What a great tackle there from Brockbank in midfield. Thornton back to Hollis. Hollis goes to Brockbank again. Brockbank into Panny. Moving the ball quite nicely here. Ball out to Nejman on this right-hand side. It's not his natural position, but he is doing a bit of whinging and moaning, and he wants to be in the team. So, oh, we've got a penalty. So that looked like that might have gone for a corner, but we have got a penalty. McGrath normally takes the penalties, and it is McGrath once again. And I think he's got 100% success rate on penalties since he came to us. He's scored every single one. But that puts us back on level terms at 1-1. And there was a little bit of encroachment there. I'm not sure what's going on. If that one hadn't have gone in, I can well imagine the referee might have had that one retaken. Encroachment. But anyway, we do score. It is 1-1. So after that really hectic start, 25 minutes on the clock now. No highlights since. And the ball cannons off the... looks like my player got pushed over then, the penalty area. We didn't get anything for that one. But yeah, ball cannons off the crossbar there. And 2 minutes of time added on, and the half is finished. Let's address the team. I'm going to encourage, I think. I don't think that they've been the greatest that they could have been. Darlington not having the greatest of seasons. So I would have expected something a bit better than what I've seen. But this team are very up and down. Sometimes they can be very slow starters in a game and then nick it late on. No tiredness that I can see, although there are a few bodies that I want to get on the pitch. So I'm quite wanting to have a look at what Nicholson looks like. He's actually a better left fullback than Brockbank and Preston, but I've not been playing him and he's very out of condition. Well, 63 minutes on the clock, and I'm glad I picked this game to put on camera because it's been absolutely dead. Nothing happening at all. 2 very early goals and then absolutely nothing. 3 substitutions. Nicholson is on at left full back, and the 2 wide players have been changed. Sayer and Tare coming on. Let's see if they can do any better in getting the ball into these 2 big lads up front. Well, not that we've had much of a chance to see today, but the new update is out, 26.0.6. And, well, it is still raining. Apparently, this patch does fix the always raining in games issue. But the one thing that it does seem to have fixed, on my live stream last night, every single game that I played was very smooth, no lagging, and it was actually a joy to watch. Well, a couple more changes, and I've switched the wingers around. McGrath and Ponticelli looking very, very tired. I think the best we can hope for from this game now is a draw. A bit disappointing, but the writing was on the wall, if I'm honest. That get cancelled game, if we'd have played that, I think my players would have been a lot fitter. Cancelling that game and then bringing the Darlington game in 3 or 4 days later, because the problem we've got now is that the next game is 3 days on because everything's been moved around, and not ideal really. Okay, Sayer with the ball, lovely ball up to McGrath there, header back in the mixer again, another ball over the top. We desperately trying to get that ball in the penalty, another one into the box. Sayer this time. Can we have a little bit more finesse? Oh, and the keeper saves it. And after peppering their penalty area with lobs and shots and all kinds of things, it ends up with, well, nothing really. What a shame. Sayer now, he's going to take this corner. Let's get it on one of the big lads' heads. No, group of Darlington players there, ready to head that ball out, and there's a counter-attack on now. Scott is all on his own though. We should cover this one. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Very, very poor finish. 10 minutes left. Durnley needs 2. He's bowling this out to Hollis. I mean, I was going to say, I don't like long balls, but maybe the best idea now is just to hoof it into their penalty area. But it does look like we're going to drop points here against Darlington. And not ideal, but then again, like I say, the fixtures have fallen very, very badly for us. That game being cancelled has not helped us at all. We are going to be disappointed with them as well. So as per usual with Football Manager, squeaky bum time. It's always very tight at the top. So Kidderminster, I've got that game in hand. If they win that, they will go 1 point behind us. And like I say, it's so tight. Just that one promotion spot. Everybody's fighting for it, including us. But drop points like that against a team who are 11th in the league, not ideal. That cancelled game absolutely ruined us, I think, there. So with this rearrangement of games, the next game will be against very nearly rock bottom, Peterborough Sports, 22nd in the league. We should get a win out of this one, but who knows? It's very, very, very up and down in this league. Well, let's not have this run turn into a long run of, misery, really. We got battered against York, and then we've just drawn against Darlington. So we want a shiny green dot back for this one. We should get it. It's Peterborough Sports. They're very nearly bottom of the league. Durnley in goal, back for a Brockbank, Hollis, Thornton and Pike. Two holding players, Pannett and Gallagher. They've changed the wide players today, so Sayer comes in and Stowe on that right-hand side, and McGrath and Ponticelli up front. So an evening match, not raining, which they are meant to have fixed in the latest update, but the game is looking very, very smooth. Every game I played on my live stream last night with Palermo looked very, very nice indeed. And this is looking equally as nice at the moment. 13 minutes. Let's hope we get some more highlights in this game than we did against Darlington, because the Darlington game was proper waste of space. Two very, very early goals in that game and then absolutely nothing. We've given the ball away here, and their striker is through on goal. My keeper Durnley just stood and looked at that one. He's got his head in his hands. I'm not quite sure why. But it looked like that has been called offside anyway. It is still 0-0. So Peterborough Sports putting up a really good fight here, actually. They're certainly not... it belies their league position. They're actually not rolling over at all here. And we are struggling to break them down. Ball into midfield. Ponticelli picks it up and gives it straight to Kay, the Peterborough Sports player, and that one skims the top of the crossbar. Once again, we are not playing well. Ponticelli now is going to put this ball into the box. Needs to be quite accurate, which is something that we seem to be lacking at the moment, and that was a very good instinctive save from their keeper by the looks of it. Okay, 1 minute of time added on, and it's 0-0, and I'm not liking what I'm seeing at the moment. I'm going to say that I'm angry. These players really need to sort themselves out. I'm not quite sure what's going on. Sayers on a 6.4. On his day, a very, very good player. In fact, I might bring Sayer off, and we'll put Mooney on instead. Mooney for Sayer. Let's see whether that livens it up at all. Hollis at the back. Big long ball forward. Meets McGrath. Ball into the box. And the striker was a little bit sluggish there. He was being he was kind of being shoulder barged, I think, by their centre half. But anyway, the ball's hoofed out. Can we get ahead on that? Panny to Stowe. Stowe. I'm hoping that, because I've changed to wingers now, right-sided, I've not got an awful lot. So I'm hoping Stowe, who's my backup striker, who is right-footed, he can play out there. I'm hoping he can do a job for us. But Peter Sports, like I say, not lying down in this game at all. Jarvis, and that ball, it just skims the top of the net. Okay, 58 minutes on the clock. Another little change. Mooney has gone on to the right now. Tate has come on the left. Little bit more of a familiar lineup, although they are playing as wingers and not going to cut inside. So We've seen Mooney on that right-hand side play really, really well. But McGrath's on a 6.47, and he's been the one that's been getting the goals for us. I kind of fear more lost points here. Well, 20 minutes of this game left, and I am kind of fearing the worst. I've switched my wingers over again. I just need to do the out of possession thing. I just don't know. I mean, my team is absolutely shattered. That change of fixture has put a massive spanner in the works. If that fixture would have stayed where it was York, 7 days, play a game, 7 days, play a game. We would have been much, much better prepared for both of those games. As it was, out of condition for the first game, and this game comes 3 days later. We're all shattered. Very, very, very bad fixture change for us. Very, very bad. But like I say, most of my team is absolutely shattered. Made 1 or 2 more changes. In fact, I've made all my changes now. Can we nick a win out of this game? But we just don't look like it. We're absolutely shattered, like I say. 10 minutes of the game left. We do get a header on that one. Tucker, fresh legs. Gallagher, Calland, fresh legs. We've given the ball away once again. Okay, Tucker does win it in midfield. Plays the ball to Mooney. Mooney now chasing in. Ponticelli fires a shot. I mean, this is just abysmal. This is absolutely shocking. We are not going to get promoted playing like this. Nicholson plays the ball to Mooney. I mean, to be fair, the 2 games that we won against Buxton and Brackley, we weren't brilliant in those games, but we actually managed to put a performance in and win the game. Ball through there, ball's in the back of the net, and it looks like at the death, Peterborough Sports have won this game, and that is slightly unbelievable. I don't believe what I'm seeing here. I really don't believe what I'm seeing here. Peterborough Sports are 22nd in the league. We're going to get done here by a team who are relegation threatened. $18 shots, 10 on target, in XG of 1.37. We've just got done by a team who are probably going to get relegated. Well, angry doesn't come into it. Going to go and play some games off camera now, and let's see whether we can get a tune out of these lads, because at this moment in time, I think my days at Southport are numbered. I really do. Trying to get out of this league with this bunch of lads, it's a waste of time. We can't beat a relegation threatened team. We were at home as well. What's that all about? Absolutely shocking, awful, disgraceful and embarrassing. We'll see you next time.